So this is a 2017 Bailey Pegasus Ancona. I'm just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. Front of the van, you've got your hookup procedure. You've got the hitch, as you'd expect there. You've got the jockey wheel and the handbrake. And you've also got the breakaway cable down the side there. This is something we'll go through in person while you're here on site. Coming down the side of the van, you've got your water pump, which you'll find in the sink in the caravan. The water pump just simply pushes into the side of the van and drops into the aqua roll. The next vent along is the Truma heating and hot water vent, which you'll see just here. The idea of this is that any gases from the heating or hot water system will be expelled from the van through this. Is a bit like the breather or the vent on the side of your house. So this is the gas locker on this particular van. It's on the side of the van. You've got your gas pipe work that runs to the bottle. On the brass fitting that you see just here is actually a reverse thread, so you need to turn it the opposite way to what you'd normally turn a thread to unscrew it from the bottle. And then you've got your gas valve on top, which as you can see says open and close, so you turn it clockwise to open, anti-clockwise to close. On the side of the van, you've got your motor mover and wheels. The wheel nuts will torque while you're here on site, and the motor mover will demonstrate in person. You've then got your grey waste pipes coming out the side of the caravan, which again will cut some of the pipe and give you some of that before you leave sides. At the back of the van, you've got your locker for underneath the bunks on the rear right hand side of the van. And on the back of the caravan again, you've got your wind down legs on either side. We only put one down for the purpose of handover. At the back of the van then, you've also got your toilet flush tank, which takes 3.5 litres of water and a cap full of the pink fluid. And then underneath that, you have the toilet waste cassette itself. To release it from the van, you pull the orange handle up and pull it towards you. On the back of there, you've got an orange pressure relief valve, so when you're tipping the waste away, it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. This side of the van, which is the door side, you've got your motor mover power switch, which again will demonstrate to you. You've got your power supply and aerial connection for if you wish, sorry, not an aerial connection on this one, but just a power socket on this side so you can run power into your awning. And then you've got your mains connector that comes into the side of the van, as you can see here. You've got your fridge vents on the side of the caravan also to get any hot heat away from the back of the fridge. And then you've got your storage locker for underneath the seating at the front of the van, and your barbecue gas point on the far side of the van also. And then you've got your last wind down leg just down the bottom here. Get inside of the caravan, show you now how the water systems work, etc. So with your aqua roll connected on the outside, and the water pump, which will be in the locker then on the outside of the van, which I'll grab in a second. You'll come to the control panel on the right hand side of the door as you walk in, and you've got your main power switch for the caravan, your water pump run, which I'll come back to in a moment, your interior light, and your awning light on the outside of the van. The control panel above here brings up the battery voltage just to show what is in the battery power wires. So to fill the water system on this particular caravan, you come underneath the front seat on the far side. And down here, just below the seat itself, you've got that yellow valve that you can see. Now when that yellow valve is parallel with the floor, you'll be able to fill the water system on board the caravan. If that valve is pointing upwards towards that red pipe, for instance, that will drain the water system down. So when it's parallel with the floor, you can fill the system up. Each tap on the caravan before you start filling the water system will need to be opened up on the hot side. So as you can see, opened on the hot. I'm just going to shut them off because at the moment there's water in the system, so I don't want to draw any air in. But to fill it, you would open every single tap up on the hot side, and then the same with the one in the shower also. And with the aqua roll connected, you can come over to the main control panel by the door and turn on the water pump. As you can see, the water pump is now live. And when I open up the tap, oh no, the pump, so because the pump's not connected on the outside, sorry, it's not actually drawing the water up at the moment. But when the water system's full, you'd leave the pump switch on just here, and when the water's running continuously out of every tap on the caravan, you can then shut each tap down. So you'd shut it off, and then you can go to the heating and hot water control panel. So the panel to the left of the sink in the kitchen area is the heating and hot water control panel. So as you can see here, I'm just going to turn the panel on. So at the moment you can see that here I've just got flashing the room temperature option, so you press the button in, and then you can spin the dial to select the room temperature you wish to set it at. At the moment I'm going to leave it turned off, but if you wanted to set it, you just again press the central button to set the temperature. With the dial, just here, you spin it to the right, and then you've got your option for your water temperature. So you select the water temperature, and then you've got Eco, Hot, or Boost. So Eco will be around 30 degrees, Hot around 60, and Boost will be for when you're showering in the caravan. Again, for now, I'm going to leave that turned off. The next one along that you see flashing now is the power supply you're using to run the heating and hot water. This isn't relevant to anything else, just the heating and hot water. You've got the option to run the caravan on gas, so you need to turn the gas bottle on and make sure you've got gas coming through to the hob. And just to turn the gas on, you just hit, again, press the central button, and that will set the gas supply to on. Depending on what site you're on, you may need to use a gas to boost the system. So mix 1 is 1000 watts of power and a gas at the same time. Mix 2 is 2000 watts of power and gas at the same time. Electric 1 is 1000 watts of power on its own, and electric 2 is 2000 watts of power on its own. The last symbol that we're going to go through on this control panel is the one that's flashing now. Again, I'm just getting to that by spinning this dial left to right. Press the button, and then you've got your fan speed for the heat for the blowing air heating. So as you can see, it will come up vent. Again, you hit the button, then you spin the dial to select the fan speed. Set the fan speed, you just hit the central button, and that will turn the fan system on inside the van. Down the bottom here, with the manual that comes with the caravan, it will tell you what each of these is for at the bottom. You can set timers for the heating and hot water, your clock, and there's some engineer settings in the end there which you won't ever need to access. The microwave is an Eco microwave on this particular caravan, so you'll need to hit the Eco button to wake the microwave up, as you can see, and then the microwave will work like a normal microwave. And as you can see on the description just here, please remove the microwave plate before travelling. The fridge, very simple to use. On the control panel, on the left hand side of the fridge, you've got the option to run mains power, 12 volt power from your car, so it'll act as a cool box, the fridge itself, but that'll only work when you connect it to the car. And then you've got your option to run gas at the bottom, so the fridge can run on gas or electric. So as you can see, we're going to run it on electric at the moment, and you can control the temperature on this dial on the right hand side. That is also the temperature control for the gas system. If you're towing down the road, you'll need to come inside the van once you connect it to the car, and you want to use the fridge as a cool box to get the beers and wine nice and cold before you arrive on site. Again, you can select the battery symbol, and that will do that. At the bottom here, to turn it to gas and get to ignite on gas, you press in the central dial and hit the igniter on the right hand side. Once it is ignited on gas, this little red line that you see here will come around into the green, and that is essentially your pilot light. So once the red line's in the green, the fridge will be ignited. Once it has ignited, because you'll need to hold the gas valve in and it has gone round into the green, I would advise that you hold the button in for about 5 to 10 seconds just to allow the thermocouple on the heating system, on the fridge system, to warm up. Then slowly release the gas valve, and if it stays in the green, it has ignited with no issues. Going into the bathroom of the caravan, we are going to go through the toilet system now. We've got an electric flush on the toilet on top, as you can see here. You've got a full indicator light for the toilet cassette that's underneath the van, and when that light appears red, that is an indicator to say that it is full. To allow the waste to go into the cassette under the van, you've got the grey flap just here, which you open up by pulling it across to one side, and that will allow the waste through to the cassette. I would advise after each use of the toilet you do shut that valve back off. So that's, as I said, the Bailey Pegasus Ancona. If you have any further questions, please do give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'd be more than happy to help. Thank you very much. Bye bye.